The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. What we have once enjoyed we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence, and I learn, whatever state I may be in, therein to be content. Never bend your head. Always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy, and your joy and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. We could never learn to be brave and patient, if there were only joy in the world. Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it. Knowledge is love and light and vision. True happiness is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. It is wonderful how much time good people spend fighting the devil. If they would only expend the same amount of energy loving their fellow men, the devil would die in his own tracks of ennui. The marvelous richness of human experience would lose something of rewarding joy if there were no limitations to overcome. The hilltop hour would not be half so wonderful if there were no dark valleys to traverse. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. So long as the memory of certain beloved friends lives in my heart, I shall say that life is good. I long to accomplish a great and noble task, but it is my chief duty to accomplish small tasks as if they were great and noble. When we do the best that we can, we never know what miracle is wrought in our life, or in the life of another. Death is no more than passing from one room into another. But there's a difference for me, you know. Because in that other room I shall be able to see. There is no king who has not had a slave among his ancestors, and no slave who has not had a king among his. Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light. It is for us to pray not for tasks equal to our powers, but for powers equal to our tasks, to go forward with a great desire forever beating at the door of our hearts as we travel toward our distant goal. The world is moved along, not only by the mighty shoves of its heroes, but also by the aggregate of tiny pushes of each honest worker. I can see, and that is why I can be happy, in what you call the dark, but which to me is golden. I can see a God-made world, not a man-made world. I do not want the peace which passeth understanding, I want the understanding which bringeth peace. People do not like to think. If one thinks, one must reach conclusions. Conclusions are not always pleasant. Toleration is the greatest gift of the mind. It requires the same effort of the brain that it takes to balance oneself on a bicycle. Literature is my utopia. Here I am not disenfranchised. No barrier of the senses shuts me out from the sweet, gracious discourses of my book friends. They talk to me without embarrassment or awkwardness. Many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It is not attained through self-gratification but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. I seldom think about my limitations, and they never make me sad. Perhaps there is just a touch of yearning at times, but it is vague, like a breeze among flowers. Life is an exciting business, and most exciting when it is lived for others. Love is like a beautiful flower which I may not touch, but whose fragrance makes the garden a place of delight just the same. It is not possible for civilization to flow backwards while there is youth in the world. Youth may be headstrong, but it will advance at allotted length.